Hey Leo, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings and they are traditional tarot readings this week. So overall for your reading from the bottom of the deck, we have 7 of materials. So stay or go vibes. I've been working on this for a while. I think this one very much seems like you're going to stay on track and keep working on something and you're not going to give up. Other ones we might consider overall. 7 of materials is a possibility, considering the possibility of moving on from something because it just hasn't borne fruit yet. So there's always a question of, is this ever going to bear fruit? Am I on the right track? 7 of materials, it looks like you feel like you're on the right track. And even though the situation is requiring a lot of patience, you're sticking with it. For now, or at least contemplating. So this is sort of overall for the reading. So what are you thinking about? What are you contemplating? Thinking about sticking with something, but you might be having some doubts. It's a patience card, being patient. But anytime I hear the word patience, it always reminds me of impatience, because I never say I'm being patient when I'm actually just being patient and being fine. Like it's like a notice, like, oh, actually I'm feeling impatient, but I'm going to say I'm being patient. So, and then before we continue on, over on Vimeo, I will have an extended or bonus relationship reading over there. We're using the crows, all of the crows, the crow tarot and the crow oracle over there. It's a little bit frightening, honestly, but yeah, that's what we're doing over there. So if you want that, the link will be in the description box below. All right, let's move on with this one. Past, present, inner landscape, what's at issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Your reading is reminding me a little bit of Geminis. A little bit of Geminis, Leo. Let's see here. We have a couple people involved. We have like 3 people involved. At least. One of them's you, though, so that's good. Okay, in your recent past, we have Muse of materials. So this would be our King of Pentacles. Sugar daddy. Very... someone who has achieved and accomplished what they set out to achieve and accomplish. They've been successful. And this doesn't have to be like writ large successful in their whole life. This person is so successful. This is just this could be like a certain field. This could in particular be a work related issue. Well, if you do creative work, this is definitely a thing. But we already have 3 pentacles here as well. So this could be a work related issue or money related or some sort of real world activity. We're not quite talking psychological stuff here. We're talking more like real world activities, tangible things. So this person set out to accomplish something, accomplished it. They have plenty of what they accomplished. They've done well for themselves. This could be a boss. This could be you having been in an energy where you felt like you had a lot of money and you had accomplished a lot and you were an expert. This person doesn't take any shortcuts. They've been on this path for a long time. They can see where it's going. They can see where they're going. And at the end of the day, they're going exactly where they want to go. Your current situation. So this could be a boss, or this could be you, or it could just be like, it could be a mentor or someone like that that's already achieved and accomplished a lot. So this is you, or this is your current situation. I said this was you. Maybe that's true. Okay, well, yeah, because we have 7 of materials and 9 of inspiration. I couldn't think of 2 more similar cards out of the minor arcana. 7 of materials, 9 of inspiration. Are we there yet? I thought we were there yet. This is like when Google Maps brings you to a location, but it's not the parking lot for the location. Yeah, that's the entry door. But you have to park your car. So there's still, a little bit ways to go yet. Like, no, this isn't actually where I needed. I mean, this is where I need to go, but first I have to put the car someplace. Like, so where is that location? Where is the locus, So now you have to find a parking lot nearby. So that's a little bit of what it is. It's like, yeah, technically I'm at the destination, but there's still quite a bit more. So this is exhausted energy, tired. You've already been on a long, difficult journey. And now like, it's almost like they saved the hardest bit for last. Like, didn't you cross the finish line? I thought I crossed the finish line. This is the thing I've been able to see, but you haven't. You have to keep going, even though you're tired. and you don't have any more inspiration left, depleted. I mean, the good news is the 10 of inspiration comes next, but we don't always go in order with these numbers. So feeling depleted, tired, sick of this trip, sick of this journey, you just want to go home, you're done, but you can't go. You can't leave. Here you're like, should I stay or go? Well, good luck with that, because right in the situation you're in right now, you couldn't leave even if you wanted to, really. What you're hoping for, Ace of inspiration, to get re-inspired, to have a new idea, to have a better idea, to have something, be re-inspired. Like if this is a job you're sort of burnt out on, you're really, really hopeful that before you quit and scream at everybody and like leave in this tumbling tower moment, that you get some sort of new inspiration, that you get something, you're hoping for a new idea. To recommit to something, to want to do this. You have to anyway, so maybe you could just want to do it or be excited by it again. Yeah, I get real burnout vibes, and like, rather than quitting, you'd really like to be inspired again. Have a new idea. Receive some sort of, this might even be wanting to receive some sort of divine connection with the universe. You know, a divine plan, a spark of life that you can channel and you can bring in. Oh yeah, we have the magician sitting right underneath this. So you want to recreate something, you want to create something new. Oh, this really has those strong vibes of like when people are like, you know, you create something, you did something, you accomplished something, and now you're sick of it. And you want to move on. You want to do the new thing. And sometimes the way I heard people tell that is like, I thought I wanted to do this, and then I worked really hard and I did it, and I was really happy for a minute, and then I realized that this isn't the ultimate happiness. And I was thinking about like, well, yeah, it's not supposed to be the ultimate happiness. You did this thing, and then you move on. And once you're tired of it, you do a new thing. You start a new project. Maybe it creates some upheaval, but the change we choose is always better than the change we don't choose, right? And it reminded me of like a 1-year-old who was like, well, I learned how to walk. I have to be satisfied with this, or else I'm like ungrateful and unsatisfied. No, I cannot learn how to talk. Cannot learn how to talk. I learned how to walk, you see, and I have to be satisfied with this for the rest of my life. But no, we don't learn new things. We don't go on to the next thing. I can't learn how to talk. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. It's just like, yeah, of course you want to do something new. You were successful. You're kind of tired of it. Maybe you can't quit it quite yet, but you are looking for the next thing, the next inspiring thing, the next project. What's the issue here? Page of emotions. So this is a person, possibly younger than you, possibly a mentee, could be you, who doesn't know how they feel, doesn't communicate how they feel, is confused, emotionally confused, possibly emotionally drained or depressed, but they're confused. This person might be feeling something that they don't want to look at, in denial of their feelings. Someone who doesn't feel like they can handle their real feelings, so they're in denial of them. They could be giving you mixed messages because of that. They could want to make you happy, but or this could be you, this is a person, you or somebody else, who maybe wants to make someone happy, but feels like that might be at their own expense. So they don't say or communicate or even allow themselves to know what they want. Because if they did, that might be a little frightening and it might be a little bit scary. So they might be in denial of emotions, refusing to see this person, whoever this is, see their own feelings. They might not want to feel anything. They might cut off from their feelings because of a sense of an inability to handle what they might feel. So if they really felt what they felt, they could feel chaotic about it. They might not have the skills to handle that. So this could be a person who has shut off from their emotions. They may just be only expressing negative emotions. They could be trapped in an emotional cycle. They could be very angry or feeling like upset. So this could be someone who's like got a teenager on their hands that is just expressing nothing but anger, and the parents like, maybe I should just start over and have a new kid. Like, I don't really know what to do with this one. They're not expressing anything, or like wanting to start a new, maybe even wanting to start a new conversation with this person. You know how sometimes you can have a conversation with someone and you realize partway through that your startup was a little harsh and maybe caused the whole conversation to, instead of talking what you meant to talk about, it's now gotten derailed, and we're now going a totally different direction that you don't want to go at. You didn't want to do this. This actually is reminding me of some of the work that Circle of Security does about restarting conversations and starting over with our children and starting over with our relationships with people, and asking for that. Can we do a do-over here? Or, I really messed up that. I started too harsh or something like that. Wanting to do something over. Wanting to start over with something because you don't like where it's going right here. And Circle of Security is really, really beautiful, amazing organization that can help people sort of, especially parent-child relationships, restart the relationship in a better way. So that's coming to mind right now. So someone may, because this page of emotion seems like a child with emotional dysregulation issues, not able to regulate their emotions or even like look at them very well. So it could be you too. So anybody can benefit from that, though. It's such a wonderful organization that even if you're not having any emotional difficulties or relating or difficult relationships with anybody, you could still learn from them. Oh, this could be also someone not showing up somewhere, like a mentor, a mentee, or someone just not showing up or not being engaged. This person isn't very engaged in the activity that's going on. In your environment, you have 3 materials work. There's supposed to be a team here. But I think this page of emotions is maybe not showing up or not being part of the team or not a very productive part of the team. There's supposed to be people working together. That's what's going on in your environment. A team of people, maybe a team of healthcare, a healthcare team, a legal team, just a work team even. And there's one person that's like emotionally immature. That's the page of emotions in reverse, emotional immaturity. There's someone here who's very emotionally mature, and yet you still have to keep working with them. You still have to keep working with this person, even though they are showing up as emotionally immature. It's making it difficult. Your to-do list is Night of Inspiration. Say something impulsive. Be a little bit impulsive. Nights are communication. Inspiration is very fast-moving energy. Inspiration, which we already have a little bit, we have the 9, which is like beleaguered, like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, inspiration. Seemed like a good idea at the time, maybe does not feel like it anymore. Ace of Inspiration is wanting to have that energy and that be inspired. And this is a very inspired communication. So maybe you first need to get inspired to communicate something inspired. Just a personal side, if I was a horse, this is what I would look like. This is, yeah, Leo. This is, I just got confused here, but, so yeah, be inspired. I just told you what horse I would be if I was a horse. Be inspired communication, impulsive communication, much like what I just did right here. Impulsive communication can really move things forward, though, is what's needed here. Maybe, a little bit of like, let's go, let's do this. You're tired of something, you're sick of something. You bring the inspiration here. You may be hoping for it and looking for it, but as soon as you get that idea, turn it around, very fast turnaround from idea to action, from idea to movement, from idea to communication. Just like, this is like, in a way, don't put on any brakes up here. Like, take off the brakes, let them go. Like, this comes in, just, you have the idea, it goes straight out your mouth. Don't think too much about this, okay? That may actually bring in some more excitement, and the inspiration that you're missing from this situation is some impulsive communication. Maybe that's being funny, or maybe that's being like more personable, or something like that. Like, obviously, like, use your head a little bit, but honestly, this is saying don't use your head at all. Just go straight from like, I feel it, I say it. Because there could be something about the brakes going on here. Too much. that is actually what's causing you to feel the burnout, right? Burnout can come from forcing ourselves to do and say things that aren't in alignment with ourselves, aren't what we truly want. And so this is like a little bit of like, if you're getting an inspired idea, move on it and move on it quickly. Don't wait for your brain to put up all the blocks of why this can't happen, because that could be what's wearing you out here in this situation. It's not moving impulsively. Not dance when the spirit says dance, that kind of thing. Like when you get the impulse, go. Because putting on those brakes are like, well, no, I have to finish this task and then I'll dance in half an hour. But in half an hour, you don't feel like dancing. So dance when the spirit says dance is what this is. Speak when the spirit says speak. When your spirit moves, you move with it. When you have an idea, go for it, move it, say it. This isn't a rule for all of life in every situation, but in whatever situation this looks like for you, that's what we're talking about. Is in this situation, you need to bring in some impulsivity here, and some creative thinking, creative thought, creative speaking. This routine's too hardcore. Like with the Muse of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Inspiration, this is too hardcore. It needs to lighten up, and it needs fast movement to come through it. It needs electricity, basically, to strike it. And then we have Magician here. I like this. This is the ingredient that you're missing. This Ace of Inspiration and the communication about what's inspiring you and what you find exciting. This is what's missing. And this once you bring in that electricity, it's like we've got the monster all here. He's all sewn up, and we just need that electricity to hit and wake it up. And so we've got the idea, we've put a bunch of pieces together, and we just need that electricity to come in. That's the one piece you're missing here, is some sort of impulse. The pulse, right? The pulse that brings the monster alive, that electricity and that pulse that gets the heart beating of a thing. So we have Magician. The parts will now be assembled here. And you have the ability and the capacity to move forward now. But you are looking for the passion, but I feel like it's being like held in and guarded against almost, rather than explored and opened up to. So you could be this page of emotions, this dysregulated or this overly regulated emotion where you're not allowing yourself to feel something. And when it comes in, you need to speak it, say it, and that's the ingredient. That's the lightning that comes in, that almost divine inspired communication that comes in and electrifies this whole thing and makes your monster come alive. This is the Magician I always talk about as being sort of the mise en place chef, has everything ready, everything prepared. This is like, all right, time to turn on that stove and get cooking. And then now you can because everything's ready and everything's prepared. And it's been a bit of a long slog, but this brings in, the Magician is always as above, so below. And again, I'm feeling that lightning strike come in and strike all of your ingredients and cook them instantly. And this lightning striking and coming in, and that's the final ingredient that's needed, is the fire. That's the fire. And when you feel the fire, you have to speak the fire, say the fire. When the spirit says move, move, and that's what brings this whole thing to life. All right, we're going to look at a synchronicity or two, one or two synchronicity cards, just looking for things that can help you feel, remind you that you're right where you need to be, you're in the right place at the right time. These have other meanings too, but that's the overall intent of these cards. So let's see. We have one more, one. That's the key. Oh, wait, we had the Ace of Inspiration. Let me just, okay, no, but yes, I have to. No, that's too many, but I have to. Okay. Speak when the spirit says speak. So Earth Spirit Stability. This is the stability we're talking about, this Muse of Materials, this King of Materials, and this Nine of Inspiration. There's a lot of stability here already. But stability is thinking about your own stability, emotional stability, where you can move. And from this very grounded space of the Muse of Materials, the Seven of Materials, the Muse of Materials, the Three of Materials. This is pretty, we do have some pretty good grounding here. It's almost reminding me of the lightning strike getting grounded. grounding through you in this divine inspiration coming through you into the earth, into the world, into reality. But you have to be open to it and be receiving that communication and able to deliver it and ground it. So you do have this really great foundation to ground this lightning strike. So stability. We have a little tree. We have a little fairy. So if you have a little fairy, think about it. We've got 2 swans here. So if this is a relationship, it's very stable. And some lanterns and some butterflies, of course. And then here's why I had to take all 4 of these. The hummingbird is my personal card of synchronicity, about synchronicity. So I don't know how many times I'm going to share this card, and however many times it comes out, I guess. So I was heading to a very difficult appointment. It was a little bit scary. And before I left, I pulled this Hummingbird Spirit Joy. When I arrived in the building, I got scooched off to the side by people coming towards me, and there was a big screen there, you know, as they do in offices as part of the decor, and it had these changing pictures. And just as I kind of scooched next to it, this very same type of hummingbird, a photograph of that, was taking up the entire hallway, or half the hallway, or a lot of the hallway, and it was right in my eyeballs, and I was like, message received. So this is the card of synchronicity to me. It does bring me joy to see synchronicity. We have Spirit Guardian of Summer Expansion. This can be about learning, growing, learning new things, learning new ways to do things, expansion, but we also have apples here and a yellow birdie. So apples and a yellow birdie can help remind you of, you know, growth, your own personal growth, because these apples are just about ready to pick, but they've been growing for a whole summer, a whole season, and getting big and plump and ready. Ooh, the 7 materials, this thing that we've been working on for a long time. There's been a lot of growth here. We're getting big and plump and ready. And then we have Wild Rose Fairy Love. So roses can be a nice trigger. I love this card, obviously, for a multitude of reasons. Who doesn't love love, right? It's delightful. It's wonderful. It's what we're here to do and be vessels for. So Wild Rose Fairy Love. So roses are definitely going to be something to like jog your memory or let you know you're exactly where you need to be. Butterfly Spirit, more butterflies. Transformation. We also have a clam, a pearl, butterfly. I see that this electricity that comes in does have very strong transformative properties. And this transformation from this tired, right? These look similar colors, similar stance. This tired situation to this inspired situation. You just can't put brakes on your inspiration anymore. And then Air Spirit Knowledge. This is cool. Information coming in. Truth coming in, things you need to listen to. But there could also be a boat, a sailboat, some bubbles, and again, a swan. We have more swanage here. More swanage. So things to look for, and also just some concepts and ideas. Air Spirit being logical, being clear. And then your prayer. Ooh, more clarity here. Elegant Eagle, clarity, right? More clarity here. Inspiration. We have 3 inspirations here. This could be being inspired about work. We have 3 inspirations, and because I use this deck, it's called Inspiration and not Wands. So inspiration, insight. Yeah, this was the insight we were looking for. Insight that you're wanting, craving. Ancient and sacred beast of the skies, awaken my spirit to soar to new heights. I also feel like this beast of the skies here, this bird of the skies too. Well, swans are usually water, but they have to get from place to place, and I'm sure they don't do it by walking for miles on end. So they have to fly. Awaken my spirit to soar to new heights. Yeah, we're awakening the spirit here for sure. And soaring to new heights with the magician. This magician could also be someone with like some sort of key that you need. Someone that can make something happen, because it could be a person as well. All right, if you want to join me over on Vimeo, please do so. The link will be in the description box right underneath this video. And I do charge a small fee.
It should be pretty easy to navigate, but I do charge a small fee just for to honor the energy exchange here. And I think I'm going to turn another light on before I do that, so it should be a little bit brighter. So thank you so much for joining me over here. Do leave a like and a subscribe. It does help the channel, and it's also pretty encouraging for me too. So ciao, talk to you guys later.